Hey guys, my name is Mary Jane, and for this video, we are going to talk about the techniques to answer IELTS Speaking Part 3 questions. So let us start. All right, so for this one, there are actually various types of questions in the IELTS Speaking Part 3. Yet, you can use effective techniques to answer any type of questions for Part 3. And also keep in mind that receiving a good score requires you to give good answers or good ideas also. So of course, number one, you have to give a direct answer to the question. You have to be able to define the reason behind your specific point of view. You can also give an example to support your point, and it's also okay to discuss your life experiences, although not all in that sense. And then conclude with a sentence by connecting your ideas and examples to the matter of the question. So this method described above is, let's say, a truly effective way of answering the questions from the IELTS Speaking Part 3. All right, so for this, we are going to use the technique. So using the example. So let's say the question is taken from Cambridge 10 for the IELTS. So this is the question. What abilities do people most want to have today? So for instance, you could answer this using the technique, which is giving examples. So let's try to read the answer. I guess nowadays people want to have skills in technology because it helps them have an exciting job and get a competitive salary. So for example, a friend of mine wants to study different programming languages. He believes that he could have a decent job with a high wage. So you're already giving your friend as an example. And also in this example, we use the first sentence to answer the question and clarify our opinion. The second sentence is used to give an example. And then the last sentence concludes the example with the given view. All right, moving on. Next, so let me move this here. Okay, so how to study further. Now, for this one, I think there are 4 different ways for you to be able to do that, to study further. So try to speak as much as you can. Ask your, if you do have a native speaker friend, so ask your native speaker friend to talk to you. And if you don't have a native speaker friend, you can always hire a private tutor or a tutor. So it works best if you can find somebody who can have classes with you through Skype or some other online platforms. So this way you can ask a question whenever you have one and then get a response in an instant. Also, another thing that you can do is to listen to broadcast channels. So I would strongly recommend listening to BBC and CNN. You will be able to learn new words and you're going to listen to proper intonation and pronunciation of others as well. And you will also get used to English speech. So the more you're going to listen to an English speaker, the better you will be able to talk. Another thing is, of course, you need to still improve your vocabulary and your grammar. So each of which makes up 25% of your total score for the speaking test. So one of the best ways to prepare your grammar and really enrich your vocabulary is by reading. So read as many books and articles in English as you can. And I would recommend to read something that you are interested in. Now, in the IELTS Speaking Part 3, how are you assessed? So you're going to be assessed in the 4 different criterion. So we're going to have the first one. So this would be your fluency and your coherence. So this criterion refers to the speed at which you talk and how you're going to connect your ideas on your feet. So try to make sure to give relevant answers to the questions. Your lexical resource. So the examiners will pay attention to the range of your vocabulary and how well you use it. You should also be able to have enough vocabulary to speak in a free and confident tone without awkward pauses and errors. Next, your grammatical range and accuracy. So it is important to know many grammatical structures and be able to use them appropriately. You should also be able to connect your sentences and ideas correctly and coherently. And the last thing that you need to do and remember is, of course, for your pronunciation. So it would be best if you talked in a tone, in a pitch, and a pace that is clear to everyone. So please note your accent does not really matter for this because there's no criterion for that in the IELTS test. So I think a lot of students are very worried about that, but you don't need to have a British or an Australian accent just to achieve a high band. So what you need to have is for you to be able to pronounce the words clearly and be rhetorically effective. Thank you.